everyone. Psychic medium angel reader Alison Boychuk here, ready for another weekly broadcast of my Wednesday Whispers. I hope you are all doing fantastic tonight, and I hope you all had a great long weekend. Tyson and I are enjoying ourselves very much so here in Carberry. Today is actually our wedding anniversary. So tonight I would love to dedicate tonight's Wednesday Whispers to my loving, wonderful husband. I am just going to take a few minutes, wait for a few more people to pop on. Hi Melissa, thank you for being here with me tonight. It's a pleasure to have you. Hi Lori, thank you so much. Where am I going to be next, you guys? I'll be heading out on the road. I guess my next event, I will be heading on the road starting August the 20th to the 29th. Very excited for my Angels on the Road 2026 Saskatchewan tour. Super excited about that. I will be going to numerous locations. We added three more spots. Some of the locations I'm going to are Melville and Regina, Weyburn, Moose Jaw, North Battleford, Prince Albert, and Hudson Bay. I'm not sure if I missed any. I may have. Again, that's August the 20th to the 29th. So if you would enjoy, those are all private one-on-one session days. If you would enjoy a private 1 hour with me and your loved ones, go on my website, alisonswhisperingangels.com, and book a spot with me, again, at any one of those locations. Good evening. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here with me tonight. Hi, Kelly, Christine, Barb, hi, Stacy, Brady's Welding. My son is on tonight. Thank you for the anniversary wishes. My son Alex is watching. Well, that's a treat to see him on tonight. Hope you're doing well, son. Austin, hello, good evening. Thank you so much. Taylor, hello. Lorraine, thank you, Lorraine. It's nice to have you on. It's so nice to see you. You know, Lorraine, for any of you who are interested to know, Lorraine was my babysitter many, many years ago. but everybody, she's only a couple years older than me. But anyways, Lorraine, it's an absolute pleasure to have you with me here tonight. Hi, Jenny. Hello, good evening. Brenda. Hello, Lynn. Monica, Christine, hello. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Balan. Hello, everybody. Lorna, good evening. Hi, nice to see you on. All right, everybody. On my broadcast tonight, it is my pleasure to be able to bring some messages to you from your loved ones. If you feel indeed that I am connected with your loved one, if you could please write a comment as soon as you're thinking, kind of leaning towards that sounds like someone for you. Please write me a comment right away. It makes things flow faster, and then I can help more people throughout the hour, and that is my goal. All right? And if somebody has already spoken for that loved one, but you feel that indeed that is sure still sounds like your loved one, please say something, and I will iron out details. I will figure out who it is for, because it's really important to me that it goes to the right person. All right? So I'm just going to take a few seconds here, and I will get rolling on tonight's broadcast. first loved one I would love to bring forward. I have this older lady here. Okay. She's such a kind soul. She's a breath of fresh air. I want to talk about her physical features a little bit. She has a bit of a rounder face. She's, kind of maybe, average weight, maybe a little bit bigger than average weight, possibly. Okay. She's got short gray hair. Okay. This is definitely, all of a sudden, you just showed me all the things that, for me to say, this is like a hard-working farmer's wife. Okay. I can feel by what she's showing me that she lived a good, a decently long life. I believe she's tried to express probably into her 80s, it looks like. Something like that. Okay. For some reason, she wants me to express that someone would understand this. Oh, she had a love for music. Wow, she loved music. She loved plants. Very, very hardworking woman. She just showed me these really lovely looking dill pickles. Okay? And then she carried on to, and she's like, and I want to say, I think you and her did a lot of baking together, is what she's wanting me to talk about. She taught you a lot. Okay. Yes, Jenny, her hair was definitely curly. Okay. And I need to talk about, I don't know if it's you or her, but I need to talk about enjoying poppy seed in baking. Okay. And in all this, I don't know why she wants to show me all these like travel cups. I've seen all these different sizes and shapes, and some are plastic and some are metal, and all these travel cups, travel like to-go cups kind of thing. I don't know why. It very much draws that to my attention. You know I love lemon poppy seed. That's wonderful. That's wonderful, Jen. Sounds like your grandma. Aww. Okay. She really drew my eyes to, if you can understand this, like she had a bit of a rounder face, but and like her cheeks are very defiant. I can really see her bigger cheeks, but man, does she have a bright smile. And she just laughed out loud, Jen. She just laughed, and it sounded so beautiful, and I think you would know what I mean by that beauty in her, that inner beauty, okay? And Nicole, my grandma used to do dancing at the rodeos, and she loved gardens and plants, short curly hair, and she is your build. All right, Nicole. Yes, the cutest giggle. All right. And Nicole, that all lines up for you as well. But I'm going to, I was just going to say, I was going to ask for something extremely specific, and before I had a chance to even get that out, she showed me this. If one of you can remember, like, she must have made the most unbelievable apple pie, and it's apple for sure, okay? When I asked her, bring me something really specific, that's what she chose to show me for some reason, okay? And when I asked her, can you bring me anything more specific about yourself? She shows me how she still wants me to make an apple pie. She shows me how she is with her husband. Okay, so it would be, in both cases actually, would be your grandfather, if that rings true for either one of you. Who passed first, I'm not 100% sure. Next she moved on, I can see these old records. I know I already, not you, yours was Pumpkin. All right, Nicole. Thank you. Jenny, I think, this must indeed be your beautiful grandmother. She wants me to tell you that you've been working way, way, way too much, okay? And you need a break. Okay? She wants me to talk about something being wrong with your foot. I don't know what that's about. I don't know, is your foot, you have a foot that's really hurting, you need new shoes. Grandma passed before Grandpa, okay. But she wants me to talk about something about your foot hurting, okay. I hope that makes sense to you, Jen. She's very much bringing that forward to me to show you, to prove to you she's right there with you, okay. And she's sending nothing but love to you tonight, all right. So thank you so much for giving me that beautiful, beautiful opportunity to connect with your lovely grandmother tonight, Jenny. Thank you. All right. You know, my lovely viewers and followers, oh, I'm so sorry, Jay, I'm sorry. Your grandma knows all about that, as she's been watching over you. Okay. As you all know, I talk about this quite often, is that I reflect prior to every single session. I thank God for blessing me with the gifts He has given me. And then I start reflecting. And often when I'm reflecting, things start coming in, and I'll either write things down in my journal, or I often do that. And you know, I kept seeing this really big man, you know. But that's all I was seeing. I wasn't seeing anything more, like something else to say about him, other than I could just this really big man. And then he was gone when I was reflecting prior to the broadcast starting. And it's really interesting because I see him again. He has very much appeared to me, and I need to bring that forward. So I have this wonderful man, okay, and no rudeness by I'm not trying to be offensive in any way, but I'm talking like quite a big man here, okay, and but just the kindest smile, and he almost, I don't know what this is for him, like I feel like, I don't know if he has never come forward to someone that has a gift like I do, or what it is, because he's come across to me almost a little bit shy. He's not telling me too much, so I was just hoping that someone would, would grab a hold of that. I don't know what more I can say about him. This is not an old man, okay? This is, I'd say, I don't know, roughly in his 50s, I'm thinking, okay? And, what I do want to say about him is his, I can feel his heart. His heart is as big as he is, type of thing, Wow, what an amazing guy. He was so social. I want to say he has, it looks like light brown colored hair, okay? He's taller, it looks like to me, like, 5'10", 5'11" type of thing. Okay. Thank you so much, Andrea. Thank you for being here. And I don't know, I also want to talk about, it's very possible, how did he pass? All I can say for sure, like I said, he's extremely quiet, and I won't guess anything, right? Um, but when I read your message, Monica, he drew me a great big heart. Often, that is their way of showing me that he had. Sorry, I was watching him. I was just going to say he had heart problems, but I think this was numerous different things he had. He had poor health. He shows me his knees hurt really bad. He was diabetic. I think that along with heart issues, it makes me feel like generational heart problems throughout the, his family before him, type of thing. And that's all I really can say about him. He really is shyly trying to say hello to someone tonight. Okay. Yeah. Absolutely. Okay. He also makes me feel very much, if this would help anyone, for me to quickly say, you don't think it's for you. Okay, Monica. Thank you anyways. I appreciate it. Jenny, my father-in-law, wants to talk to Austin. Could be. I don't know. I'm going to ask him to bring me some things that are a little more specific. Again, I'm sorry, you guys. He's quiet. He's so quiet, and I don't want to have to push him to the side because he so badly wants to do this. But again, I don't know if he's ever come through before. I don't know. He brings forward a red truck, if that would help for anybody. I don't know if it was his or yours or something of that nature. He brings forward a red truck and a black one. Okay. I don't want to spend any more time on it. I wish that I could. I'm going to have to move on. All right. All right, the next loved one that I would love to bring forward tonight is I have a wonderful lady here. I'm smiling because she is. She wants me to first talk about how her pain and her suffering is gone, and that's why she is, smiling so big, because she is so happy. All right, her pains and her sufferings is gone. I've asked her what happened. How come she is no longer with us? She lets me know that unfortunately she had cancer. She did not live a long life. It looks, I want to say, early 60s. Okay. She shows me her brown hair. This was not a tall woman. Okay. I don't know if I was to guess, 5'6"-ish, somewhere in there, around my height it looks like. Okay. And what's so apparent about her is her personality. She was someone that you could go to when you were down. And by the time you left spending time with her, you felt so much better. She would laugh her problems through. You know what I mean by that? Glass is half full, not half empty person. Something else she has chosen to show me is she has unfortunately left her husband behind. Okay, so she has passed on, and her husband remains here, I think is what she's trying to tell me. All right, this wonderful lady, again, she's appearing to me to be about in her 60s. I would say really early 60s, I think. And she's really drawing my eyes to her shorter hair. She was such a giver. I can feel that about her next too. She would have loved to give to other people. She wasn't a big spender on herself, it feels like. Not really, but man, was she a good gift giver. She loved to give to other people, make them happy on special occasions, or maybe even just because. When I asking her, can you please give me some more information about yourself? She unfortunately, prior to her illness, she worked incredibly hard. Like, and what do I mean by that? There's many jobs you could do that are hard, but she just keeps showing me being on her feet, and I want to. It feels like, I don't know, maybe possibly someone's work. I think she's trying to express working in healthcare, possibly like a care aide maybe, or working in the kitchen or something like that is kind of how I'm feeling about her. Okay. But she really flips the narrative very quickly for me, and again wants me to talk about how she feels so amazing because her pains and her sufferings are gone. Her heaven and her eternal life is so beautiful. And it just feels so good to feel good, you know? And that's absolutely incredible. Okay. Kelly, my mom, okay, could be Kelly. Kelly, when I asked her, because I want to make sure that this is your mom, okay, I asked her, can you please show me something else? And the very first thing she showed me was an urn. Was your mom indeed cremated? And I don't know why I need to talk about her looking like, I want to say, looking like her mother. You know, something about that, if you would understand that. Oh, I'm glad, Kelly, I'm glad that all makes sense to you. Then yes, I believe indeed this is your mom. Okay. She wants me to tell you, Kelly, that she has been trying to show you that she's around and she's with you. Okay? They all look very alike. Oh, awesome. Okay. And you know, it's really interesting, Kelly, as I just read that, it was really cool. Yeah, they look alike, and they love to spend time together. Like, she just showed me that, like, they're all laughing and they're having a really good time, and you know, when they were alive, when they passed, so on and so forth. A very close-knit family too. As yes, they all very much, they look alike. You can tell that they're related. Very, very close-knit family too. That was really cool how she showed that to me. And she just wants to definitely send her love to you tonight. She wants me to express to you, sorry I got off track, she wanted me to also tell you how she's been trying to show you that she's around and she's with you. Okay? Keep watching for the signs. Okay? And in all of this, she just showed me a beautiful sunflower. I don't know if that means anything to you, but for some reason, she just showed me a beautiful sunflower. Okay. And just remember that your lovely mom's pains and sufferings is all over, Kelly. So thank you so much for tuning in so I could connect with her tonight. All right, the very next person I would love to bring forward is I have another older lady here. This lady is this beautiful soul. She's a little bit older than that. Okay. How old? I'm not 100% sure. 80s, somewhere in there. Okay. And you're most welcome, Kelly. What she shows me, unfortunately, she suffered with either Alzheimer's or dementia. I can see that. I can feel that from her. Okay. She moves on to showing me what looks like being in a nursing home. For how long, I'm not 100% sure. She shows me what looks like a nursing home towards the end of her life. Okay. Again, I think 80s here. Yeah, 85-ish. Okay. She's a little bit darker hair. Okay. And yes, she was, you know, gray and that, but sounds like your grandma. All right, Melissa. Thank you so much, Becky. Melissa, you know, the second I read your message, I don't know if you would, I don't know what to call this, what she's just showed me. She showed me this chair in a nursing home. I don't know what to call it. It's just not an average wheelchair. It kind of like almost holds you in there. I don't know how else to word that. My apologies. Okay. It's kind of got like a bit of a kind of holds the head a little bit in a way, you know. If that all makes any sense to you, Melissa. Okay. So she's showing me this big chair that you could push. Okay. Again, very much in a nursing home. She travels back really quickly. She doesn't want to talk about that. She's traveling back to when she felt really good and when she didn't have Alzheimer's. Okay? The card games, music is playing, the visiting, socializing. Okay? There was always something to eat. Okay? A broda chair. Thank you, Lori. Absolutely, that's exactly what I was trying to say. Yes, a broda chair. Okay? And Lorna, that could be your beautiful mother-in-law, Edna. All right, Lorna. Melissa, yes. Okay. I don't, you know, I'm just going to, Melissa, I'm just going to make sure, okay, because, you know, Lorna, that sounds a lot for her mother-in-law as well here. Without missing a beat, I need to talk about that she must have enjoyed wearing earrings, at least when she was feeling well enough to, if you know what I mean by that. She really drew my eyes to her earrings, okay, and they look gold to me. I need to talk about a gold pair of earrings in particular. All right. I'll just give Lorna and Melissa just a quick second to reply to that. And I'll just keep on carrying on. Sorry to laugh. She had clip-on earrings. Oh, interesting. Were they gold, Andrea? Why would she bring that up? That's an interesting thing for her to wear. Could be. I don't know. It would be hard for me to tell if they were clip-on or not. But she very much drew my eyes to her earrings. It's a unique thing for sure. Yes, and they were gold. All right. Yeah. You betcha. Okay. And just, you know, I know it goes without saying for, you know, Melissa and Lorna to say, for one of you to say yes, you know, about if you really, all of a sudden, I could see these great big spruce trees. Now, spruce trees generally make me think of the season Christmas, and who doesn't like Christmas, like really? But really the spruce trees, you know, the evergreens, people may call them. Does that mean anything to one of you? It really drew my eyes to a big, beautiful spruce tree evergreen. Okay. And she just showed me, I was just watching her, and she showed me like getting up from the table and turning the radio on because we have big spruce trees in Hudson Bay. Oh, perfect. All right. Yep. Yep. Okay. Yes. Melissa and Andrea, you know, this is your dear mother and grandmother. Wonderful. Absolutely. I feel, and you both like Christmas. Absolutely. I'm just taking a quick second to ask her, what are you wanting to say? What are you wanting to say to your beautiful granddaughter? You know, she always had the radio on, perfect. And it was really interesting. She showed me something really specific, Melissa. She showed me like you having some frustration with a young male here, okay? And it's like frustration, like you could almost pull your hair out. I don't know if something has occurred, what exactly she's talking about. She's bringing that to my attention. Okay, this is something with a young male. All right. And as you guys know, I used to hesitate to say things, and I don't anymore because I've learned that your loved ones won't talk about. He's a good boy, really. Yeah, I'm sure. But something, like I said, something has frustrated you. And that's just your lovely grandmother's way of proving and showing you that she's right there with you. This could be both. That's wonderful. I'm so glad. She wants me to talk about your son is frustrating at the moment, Andrea. That's hilarious. That's not funny, but it's funny, right? Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Wow, okay. And you know, Andrea, is somebody a grain farmer here? I just need to ask, because all of a sudden in the middle of all this, when I see this like grain truck overflowing with grain, is somebody farming here? For her to bring that to my attention. I'll just give you a second to answer that, and I'll just carry on. Your lovely mother and grandmother, she's just always watching over you guys. She's never too far away. She showed me a very clear vision of noticing a hummingbird lately. Okay, I'm not sure which one of you now that you're both tuned in with me, Melissa or Andrea. Your dad worked for farmers. Okay, perfect. On his days off. All right. The hummingbird. Okay, she just keeps bringing that up to me over and over and over again. Okay. One of you must think of her when you see one. Okay. And I don't know who's got, someone has some dried plants right now. I don't know who that is out of the two of you. No offense to either one of you, but someone's got some dried plants here. She just showed that to me so clearly. Someone's got dried plants. Okay? She's like, get out there and water your plants. All right? So with all that said, your lovely grandma and mother, you know, she loved hummingbirds. Absolutely. You betcha. Yeah. With your response, Melissa, I'm assuming that that's you with the dry plants. That's hilarious. They're fine. Well, Grandma doesn't think they're fine. Grandma thinks they could use a little drink. That's for sure. But anyways, I do definitely have to move on. Your grandma is she's quite funny, you know. I could definitely stay connected with her all evening, but I can't. But what a wonderful grandma that you have, Melissa. All the best to both you and your mom, Andrea, tonight. Thank you guys for being here with me. All right. The next loved one that I would love to bring forward is I have a lovely older male here. First thing he shows me is he was in a wheelchair prior to his passing. Why he was in a wheelchair, I don't know. I'm not sure, and I won't guess. All right, but he's in a wheelchair. Okay, and it feels like numerous different health problems that caused him to reside in a nursing home. Okay. He shows me his brown hair. I'm not 100% sure if he's tall or short. I don't think he's short. He looks to me to be of average build. Okay. Interesting in all of this, he shows me at some point smoking was a big part of his life. So I just mean he smoked for years, whether he smoked right up to the end of his life or not, you know, to the end of his life or not, I'm not sure. But he shows me that he was a smoker. Okay. Next, he shows me that he had, it feels like he's trying to express to me that he was one of the first siblings to pass. Interesting that he would show that. I'm pretty sure that's what he's trying to get at. That he would have been one of the, maybe not first, but one of the first siblings to pass away. Okay. When I asked him, okay, so where are you in your siblings? And he kind of put himself, it looks like about in the middle there somewhere. Okay. Yep, he did. Okay. Wonder if this would mean anything to anyone, that he would show me this really beautiful little girl coming to visit him in the nursing home. That was so sweet. Whether that be a grandchild or a great-grandchild, I'm not sure. Okay. But he just showed me this beautiful little girl visiting him. She couldn't be more than, I don't know, 5, 6 years old, somewhere in there. Okay. That was unique. When I asked him if he could bring something else forward, he showed me enjoying driving. Now, I don't know if he means for a living or if he just really enjoyed the road, you know. He lets me know that now that he has passed on, the moment he took his last breath here on earth, he went into eternal life and he felt amazing. And it's interesting, as I said that, he showed me what feels like joining his mother, you know, having a close relationship with his mother. That's lovely. Just showing me how much he missed her, you know. until his passing time for his last day here on earth. I feel such as his kind soul, and he's just so happy to not be in that wheelchair anymore. You know, that's it for him. That's so huge. You know, he walks again and does everything, and then as soon as I said walk again, he started to run just to show me, like, no, I can run actually. You know. He lets me know that Becky, one leg. And Amber could be my granddad. Okay, you guys, I will do my best. Becky, you ask one leg. I think at the knee. I think he lost his leg at the knee. But, you know, it's really interesting. Why didn't he show me that in the first place? I want to make sure, Becky, okay? I'm going to ask him. And, you know, Amber, too. Give me some more. Give me something. Give me some more information about that. And you know, I'm trying to see. He's trying to. I'm sorry for the delay, everybody. I'm trying to understand. He's trying to show me something really important. Oh, that was beautiful. Couple of things. I didn't see, I think he has only one leg, but I'm only being honest, I think, okay? Other things he clearly showed me, because now he has his leg, okay? Now you know what I mean by that, as I'm seeing him, he's running and he's walking and he has two legs. So I'm trying to ask him to go back and show me that in the wheelchair, okay? Because I didn't catch that in the very beginning of this, all right? And he's showing me other things. He's showing me, this was very much, I feel like this is a farmer, okay? But the knee, his leg gone by diabetes. Okay, Becky, you know, that all makes sense. That makes perfect sense. And I feel a very, like, kind of a farmer vibe about him, Becky. That makes sense. See what I mean by a farmer vibe? I feel that. Being one with nature, much, you know. Yes. Okay. And so go lucky and so happy to be around people. Okay? And it almost feels like the more he was around people, the happier he was. Becky, if you can, you know, if you could understand that. Just extremely sociable. And I'm, you know, And Becky, you just said when you were 5 or 6. I don't know if you have remembered this or not, but he keeps showing me these like red candies. Okay, that would mean anything to you or not, but this definitely sounds like your uncle, Becky. He has such a warm, loving heart, and it just feels good to feel good, you know. Oh, okay, Monica, that's true. That's wonderful. I'm so glad. You know, and one more thing I just want to quickly say that he made so clear for me is to express to you guys that, you know, people have felt sorry for him that he passed. Okay? He really, really expressed that to me. He's like, don't you dare feel sorry for me. I'm the lucky one. And he's like pointing at himself. He's like, I'm the lucky one. Okay? I don't have to worry about a thing. Everything feels amazing. Love is so great. Don't feel sorry for him, is what he's trying to express. Okay? Do you have a name popping up? Touche. Monica. That's great. Becky, I don't enough to say for sure. No, I don't. But just know that he's resting very peacefully. Last second, he shows me enjoying watching baseball. If you guys would remember that about him. All of a sudden, I could see a baseball game going on. Okay. So thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to connect with your wonderful uncle tonight. Thank you. All right, everybody. The next loved one that I would love to bring forward is I have a male here. This gentleman shows me that unfortunately smoking was a big part of his health reasons why he died. Okay? I can smell it like someone was smoking a cigarette right beside me right now. That's how much I can smell it. Okay? He shows me it affected his lungs, whether he had lung cancer or not. I don't know, but I know, like I said, the smoking was a huge part. He just showed me, he struggled to breathe. I can feel it as my chest is starting to get heavy, as I'm even talking about it. So, therefore, like, he had COPD, maybe emphysema at minimum here, okay? Nicole, my dad. All right, Nicole. I need to comment. Nicole, you let me know. When the second I read your name, I seen his nice hair. Is that, do you recall that? Does he have real nice hair? Like, you know, he is of I wouldn't say skinny, but an average / slimmer build. You're most welcome, Monica. And Monica, sorry, excuse me, Nicole, he draws my eyes to having daughters, okay? He never went gray. Yeah, absolutely. That's awesome. Yeah, he had really nice hair. Okay? And again, he draws me the vision I'm seeing is I'm just seeing what looks like daughters now. That doesn't mean he didn't have any sons, but do you know why he's doing that? Was there just girls here, or was there more girls than boys, or what's he talking about here? But anyways, I'll keep on rolling. He shows me you as a bride. So I don't know if if he was at your wedding or why he was doing that. I don't know. I just talk as the visions come in. He shows me you, Nicole, as a bride. Okay? Even there was 2 of each. Okay. So as he's talking about his daughters then, he's talking to me about a bride. Now, is that you? I'm not sure. And I'm asking him, what would you like to talk to your wonderful daughter about here. Okay? You know, part of the reason why I do Wednesday Whispers. Oh, you never married. Okay. So did your sister then? Is that his way of trying to talk about your sister because he would draw out a bride, one of you that is and one of you that didn't? But anyways, give you a second to answer that for me because I try and piece that all together. The reason why one of the reasons why I do Wednesday Whispers is because, everybody, it is just my way of giving people messages when I feel that they could really, really use them. Okay? And I feel that way with you, Nicole. Okay? And that's why I'm even bringing this up. My sister married, but it ended very badly. And it's really interesting as I'm just in the middle of talking about this, okay? About you going through and really needing to hear some messages, okay? And so I don't know if your sister is willing to listen to this broadcast after or not, but if she is, maybe she could listen to this too, okay? Because he's talking about going through a really, really hard time. And, sorry, I miss watching him. It feels like he's trying to also express about one of the two of you not feeling very good. Now that's not to scare anybody or that's nothing crazy serious or anything, but he's trying to tell me one of you is not feeling very good here. Okay? You or your sister. And he's just trying to express how he's with you guys and he's watching over you. Okay? He knows that you haven't been feeling very good. Okay? I want to talk about I want to talk about headaches. It's one of the things that I think he's trying to communicate with me that's going on. Okay. Your dad has a really nice smile, and he brings back up that, oh, hey, that's lovely too. Sorry to jump. Your dad, it's like he's so excited. He's talking about so much stuff all at the same time, and I'm doing my very best to understand him. He wants me to tell you that he knows, Nicole, how much that you talk to him. You think about him lots. You think about your dad, and you talk to him. And as I say that, he shows me, like, when you're alone and when you're driving, something like that, you like to talk to your dad. Okay? The next thing he brings forward is he shows me this beautiful shiny dime. Nicole, your dad has been trying to show you that he's around you by leaving you dimes. Okay? So just know that. Embrace it when it happens. If it's happened before, or if it's going to happen soon, or both, just embrace it. All right, Nicole? Your lovely dad is trying to show you all how he's watching over you guys. Okay? I hope you can understand this about somebody not feeling too good. Because he collected coins. Get out of here. No way. That definitely could be why he would show that to me. I don't know. But just know that your wonderful dad, with his really nice hair, is he's just happy as can be. It's so great to feel good again. He must have really been suffering for him to get me to repeat that and say that to you again. The struggle was over, and now he just gets to watch over you guys and enjoy his eternal life and be around, your other loved ones as they're all together, enjoying time, right? Time in heaven is endless, all right? And they got nothing but time, and they love to be together. They're not alone. Why would they do that? Your loved ones are very, very much together. Okay? They're with other family. They're with people that aren't related. They're friends. They make new friends. They attach to children sometimes. They make friends with all sorts of spirit. And it's a very glorious, glorious place to be. And your dad, Nicole, that's exactly where he is. All right. So thank you so very much for giving me that opportunity to connect with your lovely dad tonight. It was my honor. I want to thank you all so very much for tuning in tonight for Wednesday Whispers. I will be back next Wednesday. Until then, everybody, I hope you have a great week and take care of each other. Until then, take care.